ready to release some attachment to some outworn timeline or story and be reborn. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Well, this couldn't be a more powerful time with what's happening on the planet, with all of this ascension energy and all of this, all of these cosmic events that are happening, and the solstice and the super moon, which is in a couple of days, but we're in that bloom. But we're also in the bloom of when we finished the end of the zodiac in 2012. And it's 10 years later, but we're still in that influence of this new great cycle that has started. So we've got lots of influences happening right now, and we can use all of that influence to basically shift our perception. That's what everything is about right now, is shifting perception. So because we've got Australia here, we've got the southern hemisphere and we've got the northern hemisphere. So the southern hemisphere is doing their summer solstice, we're doing the winter solstice. So it's kind of cool that we've got all of this solstice energy representing, you know, the longest day, the shortest night, the longest night. So it's all really an illusion of time, right? Which is one of the biggest illusions that we've bought into. I want to challenge you guys to try, pick a day, maybe on the weekend, and don't look at clocks. Don't look at your watch. Don't look at your phone. Don't look at a clock at all, and see how you go when you let go of that reference to time. And just experience letting go of that, because that's where we're going, because that's just an old program that we believe to be true. So, all right. So I want to just do a little solstice blessing, and then we're gonna dive in here a bit more. So may the longest night and the shortest day, or the longest day and the shortest night, if you're in the southern hemisphere, bring rest to our minds and our souls. Let's hold the intention to receive the perfect guidance during this meditation, each of you. And may we find guidance, and may we find peace in the cycle of light as it increases and decreases. And so let's embrace the magic that the darkness and the light harbors. Breathe deep into the gravitational center of the earth, and may we always be blessed with the light of highest consciousness. And may we each have well-being in this new cycle that is beginning. So we're going on an intuitive journey, and we have a solar influence, which is the solstice today. And the solstice is a very powerful, it's the most powerful solstice yet. And it is designed to sweep us off our feet, like a big wave coming along and knocking you off your feet. It's very watery because it's birthing waters. And so consider this time in that way, that you are being sloshed around by birthing water. So you might feel emotional, and it might affect your perception. This is what's happening, as people's perceptions are opening up, and old programs running in your perception, you're beginning to recognize that they're just not appropriate anymore, and things are just falling. You're forgetting stuff, you're making new connections. It's a really interesting time. So if you're finding that you're forgetting things, it's just literally, you're just dropping stuff you don't need anymore. So we have the choice to experience perception through our fear, our resistance, and our internal obstacles, or we can surrender to joy and love and harmony and balance. We need to know our fears to get to our truth. And I'm going to do a little process with you guys before we get started. The second influence that we have is the lunar influence from the supermoon. And it's going to become full on the 23rd. So we're already in that window of that influence, which is affecting our unconscious. So we have the solar, which is affecting our conscious, and the lunar is affecting our unconscious. All right. So I want you to consider that the earth is a living entity, right? And we are we're in this influence of its great cycles. And this cycle that the earth is in right now is rebirthing herself. So it's as if we have a replacement coming in, a new entity, a new mother coming in. And that's why we've got all this birthing water. And that's why this is such a powerful solstice. And so whatever you want to call the spirit of the earth, Gaia, Sophia, Mother Earth, I want you to imagine that this entity holds sacred ground for 8 billion humans and about 30 billion other species. This is truly one of the most difficult jobs in all of creation. So Mother Earth is ready to be switched out for a fresh new being. And we're in that process with this entity. And so the massive responsibility is to carry on for another 26,000 years. 26, that's a lot of time. So now this is a lot of yin influence, a lot of feminine cosmic influence that we're being bombed with right now. And together it's accumulating. So it's combined, it's a potent influence. So you may feel emotional during the meditation. You may feel like your heart is opening, and that's why. So it's a flood of rebirthing energy and no one can escape it. It's best to handle it consciously, knowing what's going on so that you don't resist and fight it, but you surrender with love and joy. And so we have to trust the process and surrender to these perceptually shifting influences. Because this is about new ground, new earth, new self, new 5D awareness. And so that's beyond duality. So we're going to be going into the middle of the quantum field today. We're going to sit in the center of Earth's gravity. And we're going to connect to a very deep energetic centering experience. In Taoist cosmologists, they refer to this as a new heaven birthing a new earth, this time that we're in right now. So new heaven birthing new earth. So by surrendering to this powerful influence, we're harnessing the power of intuition. And you want to trust your pure first thoughts and feelings and sensations and images and stories that arise in your awareness during the meditation, because I'll be giving you plenty of inquiry prompts. And I want you to stick with the very first thought that pops into your head, right? Don't overthink it. Don't start tearing it down. Don't dismiss it, even if it makes no sense at all. And get ready to write down just the seed thoughts. Don't get into writing paragraphs or long sentences. Just, let's say you suddenly get an image of a hot air balloon and you're up there and you're feeling all swirly. Just write hot air balloon with the intention that later on you can access the rest of that information. So this is how I work with people when I'm connecting in with people. You've all had a session, and I get all these seed thoughts, right? And I just quickly type down a little bit of information. And then when I'm sitting with you, it unpacks. So just hold that awareness and you can unpack it. But this idea of first thought is really important to pay attention to. So before we start, let's do a quick stuck fear truth process. Some of you might know this, some of you may not. So get your pen and paper ready. Let's dive in. So right now, first thought, what is your biggest pain, your biggest obstacle, your biggest struggle point? So just quickly write that down, like one word. And then follow it with, just drop into it, how it makes you feel. And that can be one word. And then go into that word, let it expand. Let's do this really efficiently. And then how does that make you feel? And again, it could be one word. And then do it again. Do it again and again until suddenly you start to feel anxious or fearful. So just keep letting that take you down into the bottom of the pit. where the fear is. So get your connection. How does it make you feel? And how does that make you feel? It's like zigzagging down a tunnel. And at the bottom, there's a trap door. When you get to the bottom, you want to ask yourself, I'm afraid that. And once you've got that, just show me a hand if you've landed on a fear or an anxiety. Okay, good. All right, so sit in it. Really let it rattle you up. And now ask yourself one more question. All I really want is, first thought, that's your truth. Keep it simple. All I really want is. And it might be a statement, it might be a word. Has everybody got their truth, word or statement? Just put your hand up. Excellent. I think that's everybody. Did anyone not get there? Nope. Everyone got there, right? Cool. Okay. So that was a very quick, efficient process, but look how powerful it is. Because here's the thing, we can either sit in our fear or we can sit in our truth. They cannot cohabitate together. It's one or the other. So this is why I want you to set your intention on your truth for this meditation. Okay? Is that making sense for everybody? Anybody stuck at all? If you are, speak up, because I think you're all muted. So if you are, put your hand
our
up.
truth is, all I really want is, that's our truth.
Yeah, all I really want is blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And you can continue doing that process and getting it deeper and deeper and deeper. But for now, I just wanted you to experience how quickly and how easy it is to get from fear into your truth. And it's all what we're holding in the quantum field. So do you want to hold a fear in the quantum field, which is creating your reality, or do you want to hold your truth? So that's why this is a really potent, exercise to do. All right. So you've begun to form your intention for today. And let me ask you to put one thing in the chat box. So everyone get ready to put their very first thought in the chat box, which is, what do you hope to gain from today's meditation? Equilibrium, peace, clarity and peace. Exactly. Peace, lots of peace. Economy, focus for the year ahead. Relief, clarity, to open my heart further. Deeper connection to the earth. Grounded. Trust, peace. Open heart to all possibilities. Beautiful. Excellent. All right. So the intention I've set for today is that we embrace joy and love, that we transmute and release old timelines anchored in our fears, resistances, and internal obstacles. And so we want to open up to harmony and balance, joy and love, clarity and confidence. All right. So we're going to get started with the meditation. And we're going to be doing, the meditation is based on self-connection. There will be different hand positions that I'll walk you through. Some of you will be familiar with them. Some of them, there's been some nice changes as well. So you'll be aware of that. And I'll walk you through everything. We'll also be doing a little breath work. And yeah, we'll be working in the quantum field and understanding our place in 4 quadrants of the quantum field and connecting into that unity consciousness. So have your notebook handy. So what you're going to do is we're going to be meditating, and I'm going to be asking you a question. And so try to stay in that meditative space by just writing down the seed thoughts that come to you without getting caught up into a cerebral process and writing out a bunch of stuff, okay? So keep it very minimalistic. Trust me, when you go back to it, it'll open up, it'll just open up like a seed. And remember, you are the center of your universe, creating your experience. All right, who wants to dance? Okay. Everyone comfortable and ready? Let's begin. So get yourself comfortable. Close your eyes. And relax from the top of your head to the ends of your fingers and toes. And just take a nice couple of breaths. I want to connect with and understand your overall vibrational state. I want you to imagine that you can view your entire energy field, your entire energy being from an objective, observing location just outside of your field of energy. So here's your first prompt. Out with the old timelines and in with the new, from your intuitive first thoughts and feelings, with as few keywords as possible. What is the current quality of your vibrational state of being? What is the current quality of your vibrational state of being? Trust and document your first thoughts, feelings, sensations. And as soon as you're done documenting a couple of words, come right back into that closed-eyed, connected space. So now I'm going to have you focus on the base of your skull. I want you to imagine that you're lifting upwards at the back of the base of your skull and bring your chin down towards your chest to make your brain subservient to your heart. Now bring your hands to the base of your skull and just flutter your fingertips on the base of your skull until you feel tingling sensations. Just move around. Just keep doing that. Hold that space open. You're opening a gateway. This is your connection to source energy. Out with the old timelines, in with the new. From your intuitive first thoughts and feelings. Here's your next prompt. What is the current quality of connection to source energy, the universe, God, Goddess, call it what you will? What is the quality of your connection to source energy? Be open to the very first thought. Don't think about it. Don't search for it. Just let it arrive. What is the quality of your connection to source energy? the universe, God, Goddess. Just completely trust that very first thought and ground it. And when you're done, go back into that nice meditative space. Okay. So now I'm just inviting you to continue to relax. Let your shoulders come down. Let your elbows feel heavy. And I want you to take your fluttery fingers and I want you to just to tap around your lungs. Tap, flutter your fingers. This is your gateway to connect and understand your vessel of joy, of happiness, sadness, and grief. Flutter your fingers and trust and document your first feelings and thoughts. What is the quality of your connection here to this vessel, this container? Just trust and document your very first thoughts. Just continue to relax. Re-entered into that space. You guys are doing really good. Okay, now I'm going to have you take those fluttery fingers and I want you to place them around your solar plexus and just flutter away with your fingers. This is the gateway to connect and understand your seat of power. What is the quality of your connection to your personal power? Let it be just a simple seed thought or word. Trust your very first thought. Whatever comes up, don't judge it. It could be positive or negative. Just be present with it. What is that quality? This is about being really honest with yourself right now. If you find yourself thinking, just go back to fluttering your fingers and let the very first thought arise. It should arise without any effort. It's good. All right. Moving on now, I want you to flutter your fingers around your belly, right around your belly. Just flutter your fingers around your belly. This is a gateway to understand any unresolved entanglement with others. What is the quality of your connection here? Have you got any unresolved entanglement showing up here? Just ground it. First thoughts. Good. You guys are doing good. As soon as you're done, keep it simple. Just go back into that nice meditative space so I can see that you are ready to move on. Okay, looks like everyone's ready. So now I want you to flutter your fingers a little bit lower into, your lower belly, into your pelvic area in the front. Just flutter a little bit lower, just above your pubic bone. This is another gateway, a connection to understand your creation energy and your sensual and sexual energy. It's all the same. So just flutter your fingers, asking your body, mind, and your wisdom to give you a seed thought. What is the quality of your connection here? Really good. You guys are doing good. Just keep it simple. Trust your first thoughts. Okay, so now we're moving to another gateway, which is at your hips. So you can flutter your fingers on the sides of your hips. Let's get that sensation going. This is a gateway where you can connect and understand your forward momentum. What is the quality of your connection to moving forward? What is the quality of your connection to moving forward? Trust and document your first thoughts. Good. All right, now I'm going to move to the next one. So I want you to reach down and I want you to flutter the sides of your knees with your fingertips. Flutter the sides of your knees. And at the same time, I want you to focus on the soft, fleshy space in the back of your knees. This is a really powerful gateway to connect with and understand that which is coming forward into your perception. What is the quality here? What is coming forward into your perception? What does it feel like? What are your first thoughts? What is coming forward in your perception? Good, you guys are doing great. All right, and when you're ready, go back into that nice meditative space. I just want you to now relax your calf muscles, deep, deep into your calf muscles. Just let them relax. Tell your ankles to relax. Wiggle your feet. Now I want you to bring your awareness to a few inches below your feet. This location is your Earth Star energy center, and it is essential for pinpointing the quality of your vibration in the quantum field. This gateway is where you come to connect with and understand how you are showing up in the quantum field. So bring your awareness a few inches below your feet. Now we're going to go into 4 quadrants and we're going to do a breath exercise. So just listen and follow through. All right, so we're going to breathe. I'll give you the instructions first. We're going to breathe slow and deep outward through the mouth, and then we're going to breathe slow and deep inward through the nose. Out through the mouth, in through the nose. So begin to breathe slow and deep outward through your mouth to the infinite quantum field behind you. Visualize visualize this space behind you, this infinite field behind you. And when you're ready, breathe slow and deep through your nose, visualizing this infinite space behind you. This infinite space behind you. What is the quality of your connection to this infinite space behind you? What first thoughts, feelings, sensations, images, stories arise? What are you holding in the back of your quantum field? Just really trust your very first thoughts. Don't try to analyze it right now. And as soon as you've got that done, just bring your awareness back to being centered. Now, let's go into the second quadrant. I want you to breathe slow and deep and become aware of what is in your quantum field in the front of you. Take a nice slow breath in and out, and just let whatever information is in the front of your field, in the quantum field, what information is there? What is that quality? First thoughts. You guys are doing good. So now let's go to the third quadrant, which is above you. So use your breath, breathe nice and slow in and out, and focus on the infinite space above you. What have you got in that space above you? What are your first thoughts, feelings? Just completely trust it and document it. Good. You guys are doing good. Now let's do the fourth quadrant, which is below. So use your breath, breathe in slow, breathe out slow, and just become aware of the infinite space below you. What are your first thoughts, feelings, images? What shows up in that space below you? That's for you to understand about what you are holding in the field. So now I just want to invite you to acknowledge to yourself and say it out loud so that you hear it. You don't have to unmute right now. This is just for you. I am now here. That's good. I'm going to have everyone rest your hands over your navel area, over your belly button. This is another important gateway where you can connect and understand your current narrative and how it's influencing you in your life. Out with the old timelines and in with the new, from your intuitive first thoughts and feelings. Reviewing your 2022 narrative. What personal and professional narrative would best serve you now? What personal and professional narrative would best serve you for 2023? Trust your first thoughts and sensations. What personal and professional narrative would best suit you, serve you for 2023? Just let it be very simple seed thoughts. Beautiful. So now I'm going to have you rest your hands, cradling your head. Rest your hands just above your ears. This is a gateway that can connect you with understanding your thoughts, beliefs, patterns. Just hold that. Out with the old, in with new timelines. From your intuitive first thoughts, what mindset would best serve you for 2023? What mindset would best serve you for 2023? Trust your very first thought, feeling, sensation, images. This is about creating new timelines. What mindset would best serve you for 2023? First thoughts, first feelings. Keep it simple. You're in your mental body, which is really powerful. You guys are doing good. All right, let's get ready to transition. So what I'd like you to do now is to rest your hands on your upper chest. This is a gateway where you come to connect with and understand your authentic, soulful heart space, your emotional intelligence, your outer social intelligence. Relax. Here's your prompt. Out with the old timelines and in with the new. From your intuitive first thoughts and feelings, what quality of emotional intelligence would best serve you for 2023? What quality of emotional intelligence would best serve you for 2023? Stay in that intuitive space. Don't get into a thinking space. It doesn't have to make sense right now. What quality of emotional intelligence would best serve you for 2023? We're nearly at the end. If you're all ready, we're going to move to the last listening station. And at this point, I'd like you all to unmute. Beautiful. So at this point, I'd like you to rest your palms on your lap, palms down, keep your energy here. We're going to connect into and understand your authentic, soulful identity, liberated from any masking. And shortly, I'm going to ask you all to say your first and last name 4 times out loud, clear and strong, as you call in all the parts of you to be present. This is an important part of the meditation around the awareness of new identity. And so as you're saying your name, listen to the cacophony of everyone else's voices. It's a unity consciousness. So I'm going to count you down. And then you're all going to say your name, your first and last name 4 times, one after the other. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Laurie Anne.
Lisa Autobreve, Lisa Autobreve, Lisa Autobreve,
Alexandra Semelius.
Out with the old timelines, in with the new from your intuitive first thoughts. What quality of genuine connected expression of who you really are do you want to intentionally manifest for 2023? What quality of genuine connected expression of who you really are do you want to intentionally manifest for 2023? First thoughts, feelings. What quality of genuine connected expression of who you really are do you want to intentionally manifest in 2023? And when you're done, just put your pen down and come back to being fully present, eyes open. You guys did really good. That was pretty intense. So what I'd like you to do now, while it's still fresh, I want you to throw into the chat box what your biggest takeaway was from this meditation, this inquiry meditation. Just let it be another first thought, and it can just be a single word. What was your biggest takeaway from this experience? The importance of self-acceptance. Magic dancer. Letting go. I can shift into the timelines that I want to experience. Absolutely. Recognizing my resistance. Yes. Trust in my journey. Stay wild, be grounded. Yes. Embody big trifecta from our journey work. Yes. Powerful clarity. Listen to you guys. Insight and intuition and first thoughts. Yeah. It's another powerful thing to take away. I want to act from an empowered place. First time I realized that my real fear is being irresponsible, nothing to do with finances. That's huge, Mark. What a gift. Wow. Has everyone thrown it in? I can't tell. Did we get Lisa? So why don't you guys unmute, and does anyone want to share? Does anyone want to share anything, or does anyone have a question from this this experience?
I just think
put
it's
your-
so cool that Laurel is now no longer an ether. Now you are grounded, Laurel, and we can see you so clearly. It's funny.
She's come back to us.
Yeah.
I do have a question.
Go for it, Mark.
I think it might have been on my belly button. I think it might have been the belly button, but I had a very strong sensation down my throat. So I interpret that I need to speak my truth more often. I wanted to ask you that, Laurie Anne. I don't know. But so I have my hands on my belly button. I can't remember which that was.
That's okay.
Okay.
That information is good. So ask yourself another question, which is, it isn't just about speaking your truth. Ask yourself, why aren't you speaking your truth?
I'm so glad I asked you.
Yeah. Anyone else got a question? This is about perception. This is about our perception expanding. That's what this time is all about. Does anyone else want to share an experience? Go for it. Okay, Flora, I think I saw your hand go up fast first.
Am I unmuted?
You are.
Yes, okay. So it isn't, well, it's more of a question, and that is there, what is the significance of the 4 quadrants? Does one reflect one thing more than the other?
No, it's totally random.
Okay.
We can't attach meaning to it. Any quadrant. It's just a way of looking at what we are holding in our energy field, in the quantum field. And so,
Okay.
yeah, we can't attach any definitions or any conditions. So, yeah, keep it unconditional. We can't be tethered to any, we're truly going to be free when we have no more beliefs.
It's just that, in one direction there was light, in another there was dark, in another there was a river. And so
how do you interpret this information?
Yeah.
Good question. You sit with your seed thoughts and you're going to unpack them in the way I showed you when we started. How does it make you feel? And how does that make you feel? Until you get into, either you drop right into your truth, or you drop into some yucky anxiety, fear, stressy feelings, and then just drop right down to the bottom until that fear opens up. Ask yourself, what am I afraid of?
Okay.
And then what do I really want? See, fear and truth can't cohabitate. So that's a really good question. This is why you guys have got to unpack what came through for you. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So
More homework.
Homework, absolutely. Yeah. Does anyone else have any questions about, fire away?
I don't have a question, but I have a comment that my theme that kept coming through was surrender.
Yeah.
And it was lovely. I also just wanted to say it was lovely.
It's beautiful. Surrender is so important right now. It's like, because we so get stuck in resistance, right, Jill? So it means you're moving out of resistance, and you're it's such a wonderful feeling of letting go. That's surrender. So thank you for sharing that. Did anyone else feel that feeling of surrender? Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt the surrender below me is like a surrender into the words were holding, flow, merger. I just felt held in the surrender.
Mm, yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Because it can feel unsafe when you let go. And that's why sometimes we don't let go and we go back into resistance because it's familiar. So if you're feeling safe and that you can let go and surrender, you've done a lot of work. You've done the work to be in that space. And if you're not feeling it, you've just got a little bit more work to do and all of these influences to help you get there. Yeah. Who else has a question or a comment? Sandy.
I've a question, like it's about the quantum field. So when we're in that space and we're looking at the above, below, and in front and behind, so what's showing up there is actually what we're taking there. Is how we're showing up?
It's what you're holding in your energy field, and then that is contributing to what you are experiencing because it's what you are creating your experience with.
Yeah,
that's why it's so important to look at what junk or jewels do you have in your field. Clean it up if you need to.
Mine needs cleaning up.
So it may not need cleaning up everywhere, like, or like it's like don't get too stuck on the negative. Like, this is about being brutally honest with yourself, but also recognize where you are doing good and give yourself a big pat on the back. This is an incredible time of ascension. Everyone is rising to the challenge in their own way.
Yeah, well, there was good in there. It was sort of what was in front and behind me. So above me was the universe and all the stars and the Milky Way, and it just felt amazing. And below me were these dark waters, but they were really calm and supportive. Behind me was the pressure, and in front of me was the sun, but to get to the sun was all these sharp rocks that I think I need to walk over to get to the sun. So it's the sharp rocks thing that I believe I've got to walk over, that I've got to deal with.
So just don't make it a cerebral process. Get into how it feels that you've got those sharp rocks in front of you and you're feeling pressure from behind. Like, how does that make you feel? That's a palette of experience, right?
Yeah.
And how is it making you feel? Let's do it right now so everyone gets a better handle on this. All right, so how's this making you feel? You're feeling pressure from behind and you've got sharp rocks in front of you and you want to get to the sun.
It's resistance. I want to get to the sun, but I don't want to go because I don't want to go over the rocks. So it's just this sick feeling in my stomach of resistance.
Okay, so how does that resistance make you feel?
Stuck and anxious. It's a real anxious feeling.
Okay, keep going into it. How does that anxious feeling make you feel?
It's like a chaos, like I'm running around in circles and it's just whatever I do is futile.
Okay, so you've connected to a really big lie belief there.
Yeah.
The chaos, everything I do is futile. How does that shit make you feel?
Angry.
I'm angry because
I believe this shit that I shouldn't be believing.
How does it make you feel when you believe it to be true?
Defeated.
And how does it feel to be defeated, to feel defeated?
Just done. Just no energy, just
Flat.
yeah.
Okay. Drop right into that. Go right down deep into that flatness. How does it make you feel?
Alone.
I feel alone. How does that make you feel?
Scared.
I'm scared because
I'm scared because I don't feel seen.
I'm scared because I don't feel seen.
Yeah.
All I really want is
I just want to be me.
all I really want is to just be me.
Yeah.
How would that feel to just be you?
Free. Light. No pressure.
Free, no pressure. Okay, hold that. Close your eyes. What's in front of you now?
Just the sun.
Go for it, baby.
Yeah.
Okay, surrender into the sun. How does that feel?
Got a hot flush?
Excellent.
Yeah, it's just a hot flush and like I'm floating now.
So stay connected to your truth. Those rocks represented your fears and beliefs that are not true. Okay? And we are in such an accelerated time. We don't need to spend hours processing these old beliefs. They're dropping these timelines. Just let them drop off you like old skin cells. Excellent. Thank you for being a demo for everybody. Does anyone else have any questions? Does anyone? Yes, Laurel.
This is interesting because I've done this a lot, but I've never had this experience before where I got the same sort of thing that would show up at multiple different stations. And it was like a little like scarab beetle, and it was like crawling across my consciousness. And I still haven't really processed it, but it's like it's keeps showing up, which I don't think I've experienced that ever. So
Okay. So how does it make you feel?
it makes me feel really curious.
Okay. So this is not necessarily something that is negative. It makes you feel curious. And how does curiosity make you feel?
I just feel intrigued. It's a good feeling for me.
Yeah. Okay. So the little scarab is probably inviting you on a journey. And so follow it. Like Alice in Wonderland down the rabbit hole, and just keep staying with how it's making you feel.
Okay, good.
Okay. Yeah. Excellent. So does anyone else want to share anything? Because I know we've already gone over, and I don't want to I want to respect everyone's time. So let's wrap up. So before we do, does anyone else want to share anything?
I'm just going to say thank you to the people that you spoke to and for the final conversation, because that has given me a way of thinking about moving forward with what came up. So I want to acknowledge that I got a lot out of that.
Excellent. Thank you.
That's what I wanted to do too, is thank Sandy for that. And I could feel it, like the tears just came to me, Sandy. So yeah, thank you, Laurie Anne. This has been amazing. What a gift you've given us tonight to carry into the new year. So thank you so
Mark.
much.
You're so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
It's true. It's amazing. And here we are all over the globe.
I know.
Thank you, everybody, for sharing this hour with me. I feel so blessed to be here. Thank you.
It's beautiful.
And women rule the world, but we can't let them know that.
Go.
I think they're catching on.
The divine feminine, everybody rules the world. I know.
That's
Well, we
right.
still need masculinity, but still.
Yes. It's
Thank
you.
I really like the transformation of, because in linear time and linear thought, we've taken these thoughts as truths, and then just feeling them transform and melt, away is like 2 days ago, my daughter says, I'm sick. And I said to her, well, what is sick?
Yeah.
So sick, we have this whole idea around it, like the rocks, we have this whole idea about it's going to be this horrible journey, but the rocks is just a projection. It's just an illusion that we've put out there. And then so it makes it so because we put it out there. Yeah.
beautiful. And it's amazing how easy it is to shift and change all of
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah, and it truly, truly is. It's just like if you can catch it and realize that's a platform, then you can. I really like this over and over. How do you make it feel? But when do you know to transition into how do you make it feel to the next
Yeah,
thing that you
so
say?
you keep going through the feelings until you start to feel the fear or anxiety or anger, because anger and fear is the same thing, just different sides of the coin. So you have to actually get that energy going, that emotional energy going, by just keep asking, how's it making you feel? And we watched that with Sandy. And it is interesting how it took her zigzagging through some beliefs and some feelings until she was angry. And like that's a big red flag. What are you angry about? Or what are you afraid of? Like you just keep exploring it.
Okay.
And then once you've explored, you've faced the dragon of your fear or your anger, there's this little window right there where you want to jump in quickly and ask yourself, what do I really want? I don't want this. What do I really want? And that's your truth. It's that easy, and it's relative to that moment.
Yeah, so finding the dragon is your doorway to your truth.
Yes.
Yeah. And I noticed that in therapy with people when I do EMDR or heart freedom method, there is that turning point. We go all over the place and suddenly the brain kind of rebalances itself, and then what the person truly wants does come out. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Fascinating. So our truth is there with us at all times. We just have to sit and listen to what we really want.
Yeah. We have to make those sharp rocks melt.
Well, first we have to go and feel them, and once we feel them, okay, this is your full delusion, this is your full illusion, but what is it that what is really true?
Exactly. Exactly. Wow.
That's
well,
very
listen,
cool. Thank you, everyone.
I'm sure we can sit here and chat forever, but I'm wanting to let everyone go, and just take this with you, keep working with this process, and it's really powerful. So all right, everyone, thanks for coming, and thanks for sharing and being open. That's such an important part of this process. And if you want to do more of this, let me know, because this is just the tip of the iceberg. So have a beautiful festive Christmas, Hanukkah, Solstice, whatever it is that you want to celebrate, and all the best for next year for everybody. Love to you all.
Thank you, Laurie Anne.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
everyone.
Thank you. Stay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I'm always so bad at ending these. I don't want to let go. Bye. Thanks for coming.